Throughout her 30-plus year span of musical achievements as a jazz vocal musician, specializing in classic, traditional, standard jazz, our next guest has toured, recorded, and performed with renowned artists around the world. Her career as a vocal musician has encompassed time as a lyricist, guest artist, background singer, composer, and educator at North Carolina Central University, a 2018 inaugural Java International Scholar in Jazz for University of Pretoria. She has earned recognition as a quarterfinalist for the Grammy Music Educator of the Year Award, a Salzburg Global Citizenship Fellow, a UNC Global Educator Fellow, a Fulbright Senior Music Specialist, and the former US Jazz Ambassador under the State Department and Kennedy Center. She's a member of the esteemed Jazz Vocal Advisory Board for Juilliard Jazz in New York City and is a vocal jazz faculty during the summers for Brevard Jazz Institute in Brevard, North Carolina. Her 7th release, For the Love of Big Band, is out now. Please join me in welcoming Lenora Zenzalai Helm. Hi, Lenora.
Yes.
There you go.
Hi, how are you?
Doing well. Thank you so much for joining me today. I first heard you actually through the Come Here North Carolina, the Come Here NC project.
Okay.
Yeah, so then they had this whole, it was like the cultural arts of North Carolina. They had a whole playlist of musicians. So I'm just delighted that you could join us. Just personally, I'm excited.
Thank you for having me.
I'm so glad. I know that COVID-19 has had quite an impact on performing artists, which is something we kind of discussed with the different folks that join us today. But I know you're still staying quite busy. You've got a number of summer projects I know that you might want to talk about.
Yeah, it's been really interesting. Even though I'm home all day working and interacting with people on Zoom and having lessons with students and having meetings with my colleagues, it's still a bit of loneliness. And so managing that, I've done a lot of music projects to kind of mitigate that and make sure that I stay sane. And as much as possible, staying off of social media, because every time I open the social media, it's challenging. But I'm really gratified by some of the upcoming projects. I've been preparing for Vocal Jazz Summer Camp, and it's a 5-day virtual camp for anyone who loves singing. And you learn vocal jazz concepts, and people who maybe they used to sing, or maybe they're retired and always wanted to sing, or they're a music teacher and they'd like to learn what vocal jazz is all about and how they could use it in their upcoming lessons with students. It's all levels and all ages, and you can learn more about it at vocaljazzsummercamp.com. That's August 3rd through the 7th. And what else have I been doing? Oh, next Tuesday, I started a teaching artist program at NCCU because I really thought that teaching artists, I loved Danny's work, I loved Lorna's work. And a lot of times we can go into not only schools, but hospitals, senior centers, prisons, arts and cultural programs, and share our art with people. But a lot of times in a school setting, people want to know if you can create a residency or create descriptions where people can learn about the art in a way. They may not want to paint, sing, or dance, but the art can help them make connections. And so that's called a teaching artist. And there's a certificate program people could participate and get a certificate in it. And it could be like a whole nother career after retirement, or a whole nother career for you to use your art. And I founded that, I authored that at NCCU, but on starting next Tuesday, every 2 weeks, the North Carolina Arts Council and our program, NCCU's Teaching Artist Certificate Program, will have these free bi-weekly webinars called Teaching Artist Tuesdays. And so you can find that now everywhere online and join, and it's a free webinar. And every other Tuesday, we're going to talk about what it is to be a teaching artist in our state. And that's a lot of fun. And then I have a new record, a big band record.
Yeah, so the new record is For the Love of Big Band, right?
Yes, ma'am.
If people want to grab a copy of it,
they can go, thank you, you're so good. I would have forgotten that. Zenzalaimusic.com. So that's ZENZALAI music.com. Or you can go to my website, which is lenorahelm.com, HELM.com.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. So do you have a song for us today that you'd like to share?
I do. I love George Gershwin. And one of the things that I learned once I became an educator is this long history about the composition Summertime from the opera Porgy and Bess. And it has so many different versions people do. I mean, people will sing it. You'll hear people go, summertime and the living is easy. But I want to do a jazz version.
Oh, I'm excited to hear it.
And so I'm going to do a jazz version of Summertime.
Oh, I'm excited. Thank you.
Can you hear the piano?
Yep.
Summertime and the living is easy. Fish are jumping and the cotton is high. Oh, your daddy's rich and your mama's good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. One of these mornings, you're gonna rise up singing, and you'll spread your wings and you'll take to the sky. But till that morning, there's nothing can harm you. With Daddy and Mommy standing by. Blah, 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 da, 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 oh, summertime, and the living is easy. Oh, your daddy's rich, and your mama's standing by. But till the morning, there's nothing can harm you. With Daddy and Mommy standing by. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. Oh, hush, little baby, don't you cry.
I had to unmute myself. That was wonderful. I really enjoyed that arrangement. Thank you.
Very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you. And again, I know I have someone helping me, Liz Latte, who works with me at the Council on Aging, is helping me on Facebook. And so she's putting your links in there as we speak so that people can find you and get your CD and hear more of you and participate in some of your things. And then people were clapping in the chat from our other participants for giving
so much.
That was wonderful. Well, are there other performances that, are you going to be doing any online performances elsewhere over the summer? Or?
I do have a virtual performance coming up, I think the third Sunday in July, and I have to catch up on my website and put that in there. I'm doing my dissertation edits, so I'm working on my doctorate degree, and I'm in the middle of dissertation edits, so it's like I forget to shower and put on clothes. I just everything is upside down until I finish that. So, but I'll remember to put that. I think it's July, I don't want to say the wrong date, but it's the third Sunday in July. I'll have a virtual performance, and then the Vocal Jazz Summer Camp in August will have a culminating concert on the first Friday in August, that culminating concert. So I'll put that on my website at lenorahelm.com.
That'd be great. We'll definitely check you out. That was wonderful. Thank you so much, Lenora. I'm so glad
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Of course.